Today's topic is a serious one. We're going to talk about sexual harassment in the workplace, how to recognize it, establish procedures and how to report it, and how to prevent it. The goal is a zero-tolerance, harassment-free workplace. My name is Ray Salinas, and I will be your facilitator. Let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, we have a mission statement, and that is that we are committed to providing the best possible environment for maximum development and goal achievement for all team members. Our practice is to treat each team member as a respected individual. We seek to develop a spirit of teamwork, many individuals working together to attain a common goal. In order to maintain an atmosphere where these goals can be accomplished, we provide a comfortable and progressive workplace. Most importantly, we have a workplace where communication is open and problems can be discussed and resolved in a mutually respectful atmosphere. We consider individual circumstances and the individual team member as well as the team. We firmly believe with direct communication, we can continue to resolve any difficulties that may arise and develop a mutually beneficial relationship. If you have a concern, question, or issue that may develop into the slightest problem, please inform your supervisor, RSM, district manager, regional director, human resource, or any other member of Amtel's leadership team. Let's go ahead and get into our objectives. We're going to be able to define harassment and sexual harassment. We're going to be able to identify the difference between the two. Identify why people harass others and who can be identified as a harasser. The different types of sexual harassment. We're going to get into a sexual harassment overview, and we're going to conclude with an open door policy. Harassment is defined as the unwelcome conduct that can be based on race, color, religion, sex, including pregnancy, national origin, age, disability, or genetic information. Harassment becomes unlawful where 1, enduring the offensive conduct becomes a condition of continued employment, or 2, the conduct is severe or persistent enough to create a work environment that is a reasonable person would consider intimidating, hostile, or abusive. There are some examples up on the screen of how non-sexual harassment, such as making negative comments about an employee's personal religious beliefs or trying to convert them to a certain religious ideology, using racist slang, phrases, or nicknames, making remarks about an individual's skin color or other ethnic traits, displaying racist drawings or posters that might be offensive to a particular group, and making offensive gestures. Here's some more examples. Making offensive references to an individual's mental or physical disability, sharing inappropriate images, videos, email letters, or notes, offensively talking about negative racial, ethnic, or religious stereotypes, making derogatory age-related comments, and wearing clothing that could be offensive to an ethnic group. Sexual harassment is defined as the unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature constitutes sexual harassment when submission to or rejection of this conduct explicitly or implicitly affects an individual's employment, unreasonably interferes with an individual's work performance, or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive work environment. Examples of sexual harassment include sharing sexually inappropriate images or videos, sending suggestive letters, notes, or emails, displaying inappropriate sexual images or posters in the workplace, telling lewd jokes or sharing sexual stories, making inappropriate sexual gestures, staring in a sexually suggestive or offensive manner, and making sexual comments or sounds. Some other examples include inappropriate touching, including pinching, patting, rubbing, or purposely brushing against another person. Asking sexual questions, such as inquiries about someone's sexual history or their sexual orientation. Making offensive comments about someone's sexual orientation or gender identity. Now, why do people harass? Typically to express dominance or power, organizationally or socially to control someone, the attempt to seek peer approval, or it's used as an intimidation tactic. Now, anyone can harass, just as anyone can be the target of harassment, regardless of sex, sexual preference, age, professional position, or anything else. Sexual harassment. There are 4 groups of sexual harassment. This can be in verbal form, written form, physical form, or visual form, and any combination of the 4. Now, there is a difference between sexual attraction and sexual harassment. The difference is sexual harassment is a form of discrimination and has nothing to do with one person's physical attraction. It is a misuse of power. There are different types of sexual harassment as well. Quid pro quo sexual harassment occurs when employment decisions or expectations such as hiring decisions, promotions, salary increases, work assignments or evaluations are based on an employee's willingness to grant or deny sexual favors. Another type of sexual harassment is a hostile work environment, and this occurs when verbal or nonverbal behavior in the workplace focuses on the sexuality of another person or occurs because of the person's gender, is unwanted or unwelcomed, is severe or persistent enough to affect the person's work environment. The facts about hostile work environments include that it is the most frequent form of sexual harassment. Conduct reasonably interferes with work performance in many ways. Generally involves a course of conduct rather than a single event. And the impact of the conduct and how it is perceived by the person receiving the conduct is important, as an isolated incident may not usually create a hostile environment. Sexual harassment can be male to female, female to male, male to male, and female to female. Regarding titles, it could be superior to employee or supervisor to employee, employee to supervisor, employee to employee. It comes in many different forms. Now, what are you going to do, or what should you do if you are being sexually harassed? First and foremost, you need to tell the person to stop. Document any and all related incidents with as much detail as possible, and report the incident to Human Resources immediately. Now, here at Amtel, we have an open door policy. We believe communication is key. Therefore, we promote direct and open communication throughout our organization. All employees have a responsibility. If you see something, say something. As simple as that. Now, you can write a handwritten letter to home office, or you can call Amtel's Integrity Line at 888-316-4502, or contact your local HR business partner. If you're in the Northeast, your HR business partner is Anil. Out in the Midwest, North Texas and South Texas, Joseph will be your HR business partner. And out in California, Miss Helen will be your HR business partner. Remember, I leave you with this. If you see something, say something. We have a responsibility to make sure that we have a collective and collaborative work environment, and it's up to you to stop sexual harassment in its tracks.